Erik Prince, a major Republican donor and founder of controversial security firm Blackwater, has been referred to the U.S. Treasury Department for possible sanctions violations tied to his recent trip to Venezuela for a meeting with a top aide of President Nicolas Maduro.
Here's a summary of the article.
Miami, Erik Prince, a major Republican donor and founder of controversial security firm Blackwater, has been referred to the U.S. Treasury Department for possible sanctions violations tied to his recent trip to Venezuela for a meeting with a top aide of President Nicolas Maduro, two senior U.S. officials said. A person familiar with Prince's visit said he had been asked to travel to Venezuela by an unidentified European businessman with long-standing ties to the oil-rich nation. The person said Prince did not discuss any business nor receive anything of value during his trip, actions that would have violated U.S. financial sanctions on Maduro's socialist government. The person said Prince, a former Navy SEAL, continues to support the Trump administration's goal of removing Maduro but believes State Department efforts to reach that goal have failed and new alternatives, which the person did not specify, need to be tried. In a statement, Prince's attorney didn't provide any details about the trip or whom his client may have alerted in the U.S. government. There is nothing unlawful about simply visiting Venezuela and participating in non-business discussions, which is all that Mr. Prince did. We would be better served by focusing on measures that might actually restore peace and prosperity to Venezuela rather than worrying about who paid a visit to whom. Elliot Abrams, the U.S. Special Envoy to Venezuela, said December 20 that Prince was not a messenger for the U.S. government, nor was the U.S. engaging in any secret talks with Maduro.
This post received a score of 30,285, with an upvote ratio of 90%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
His sister is Betsy DeVos.
Wait a minute, what are the odds of two siblings becoming independently successful? Let me guess, Daddy was rich? Googled it. He was. It's incredibly easy to become successful when you have millions to burn from the get-go. I can't take these people seriously. Capital acquisition, valuable connections, smart investment, imagine having that just given to you by birth. I like how she went on record that she bribed Republican politicians to get him to do what she wants and then is appointed to a cabinet position and people think that Donnie is draining the swamp. Is there anyone easier to manipulate than a poor white guy from the Midwest?
Yeah, poor white guys from the South, says the white guy from the South. I deal with them all day every day and let me tell you, the grift is easy.
Fool the ignorant, and you can rob them blind. Replace ignorant with partisan, institutionalized, and you have the state of politics since the 50s in the U.S.
Prince sold Blackwater to Leon Black's firm for $1 billion in 2016. Greater than Black's links to Epstein have become a source of fascination and concern to some Apollo employees and investors.
It's fucking incredible how the Epstein connections in the Trump administration came out like ants in a molehill, and no one gave a shit. American right-wingers have the balls to spam Clinton-Epstein conspiracies and the left only care about the technicalities of the impeachment process. Cartoon villains like Prince, DeVos, Ross, Miller, you name it, are roaming free and are largely unaccountable despite the immense power they wield. It's as if being in a constant stage of passive anger is the acceptable answer, which does absolutely nothing to the elected scum until it's time to vote and people like Prince get to rape the world then dip out whenever convenient.
Citizens United was the end.
He's notorious for providing weapons of war regardless of allegiance or motives. He was tied to arming crop dusters that he intended to sell the South Sudanese to indiscriminately kill with.
Behind the Bastards.
I didn't know he did an Erik Prince episode. I just started listening this year. I'll have to give it a listen and keep some throwing bagels nearby.
#PRODUUUCTS.
Raytheon. I've heard their missiles are great. Especially for weddings.
There are two kinds of people who think Erik Prince is good. 1. Illiterate people. 2. Satan. 3. His sister, see number 2 above. There's a whole lot of CIA-trained employees coming from the Blackwater, Academy, Constellas Holdings Inc. securities business. Here's little background.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.